Oh, little take there, did you see that? Ah, dear. You can't say I didn't have a chance. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for joining me. We're late February now. Well, they wouldn't believe it. I mean, this is stunning over here at the moment. I've had a morning session. We've done very well over on Rook Call this morning, fishing the indicator and bits and pieces, and I thought I'd pop over and have a little shot on home water, see if we can't get a few fish on the nymphs. Buzzers haven't quite started yet, but I think it's possible to get a few fish to take the nymphs, go and have a look at the nymphs. So excuse any background noise, I'm right next to the roadside here, so I can't do a lot about that. Set up for today, as always, you know, my faithful 10-foot 7-weight. This is the True Fly, the Whichwood True Fly, coupled with a 7-weight floating line, rocket floater, and on the end of that we've got 12 foot of 6 pound Whichwood Ghost Mode. Okay, I've gone down to £6 because these fish they've been fairly well fished for this last few weeks. It's been busy over on the lakes, which is brilliant to see. You know, with half a dozen guys on here, there's half a dozen guys in the other lakes at the moment, and for a Tuesday, that's a wonderful sign, you know. Leader setup, very, very simply, I've got 2 droppers on here, okay, spaced equally apart. So I've got one at about 4 foot, one at 8 foot, and then my point fly. Droppers just tied on by a standard 3-turn water knot and about 5 inches long, nothing much longer than that. I'm fishing with 2 size 12 dials, size 12 dial backs, little black ones. I'll put a link in this description up here for you somewhere. And on the point, the old faithful blue flash damsel, okay, again in a size 12, so nothing too big. The idea being that we're going to alternate between fishing these very, very slowly to try and imitate buzzers if there are any in the water, or rattle it up and speed it up a little bit and get that nymph, get that little blue flash damsel to work. Hopefully we're going to give it a little go here. It's a little bit tight in here. It's a nice little spot. We've got the wind blowing just across us, slightly across us, almost onto our face ever so slightly, and it's just going to pull the flies around nicely. Also, I don't think this bank's had a lot of attention recently because it's been into the wind, so people tend to leave those sort of banks alone. So I'm hoping there's a few settled fish. I'm hoping for a few quick fish, so let's have a little look and see what we can do. Right, first cast of the morning then, in the afternoon. See if we can get these little nymphs to work, shall we? Just keep them nice and low down here. A bit of a tight spot this is. Not much of a back cast, but trees around me. A little line out there, just let that sink, let that damsel get down to depth, and then we'll start to work these nymphs a bit on the way back through. Right, just a nice slow figure of 8 all the way back, just to give them a little bit of movement, see if anything's home. And of course we're going to hang these right at the end as well. What a glorious day. I mean, it's 21st of February and I'm just in a light jumper. Buzzers haven't really started yet, but the fish are looking, they're hungry. Plenty of fish in the lakes at the moment. Just allow that to come round. Right under the rod tip and give it a little hang. Smashing. A nice bit of depth here in front as well. It's one of the deeper spots available on this side of the lake here. You're fishing at 7 or 8 feet of water down here, which is nice. Right, leave that there. We're just going to let that sink, count that down. Give that a good 10 seconds to get down before we start moving it. It's beautiful. Look at this. Nice to see the lake's nice and busy. Now the other lake's been busy. We've had a good morning on there this morning, fishing under the indicator, as is often the case there. I thought I'd pop over and see if anything's happening on home water here. So there we go. It's had a good 10 down there. Let's just slowly start to retrieve that back. Just staying in touch with it, rod pointing straight down the fly line all the time. Ready for that little take. There we go, there we go, there we go. He's on, look at that. Second chuck. Lovely. What's he taking? Is it that little blue flash damsel? And he has. And a little bit deeper, that one. Oh, there they are, gone at the net. Bumped him with the net. That was a good start. Let's see if we can do that again. So I can't chuck a very long line here because I haven't got much of a back cast, but that's enough. Just let that get down, let that sink down. Count to 10 again. It's not very heavy eyes on this this blue flash damsel. They're only a light bead change, so they take a bit of time to get down. There we go. Let's start that slow retrieve again. It'd be nice to pick a few of these up on the nymphs, but we shall see. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I'm just watching the end of the fly line as always for any sort of indications of a take, any sort of vibrations or movements. Just coming round beautifully, that is. And as always, just hang it. Yeah, the lake's alive and up now. I'm surprised we haven't seen the first of the buzzers yet. There's one or two very, very small ones in the water, but not the usual big spring ones. I mean, I'm probably being a bit impatient. We've still got another few weeks to go yet, but... Right. Back in that slow figure of 8. These fish have seen quite a lot of fast move flies. We will try a couple of quick ones, but... Yeah, a little take there straight away, a little pull. And come back and have another go. Just had a little... That wind's just catching that and pulling that round there now. So I'm going to slow it down even more, so it doesn't accelerate too much. Lovely left to right. Oh, look at that. Bump, 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 bump. Yep. Again, I think that was just knocking that damsel pattern. Let's try that again. There's definitely a few fish in the swim, which is nice. Let it get down. That left to right breeze do its job. That'll do most of the retrieve for us, that will. There we go. And then just start that figure of 8. Bringing that across the wind. There we are, just slow it down as that wind gets hold of it. Let the wind do the work. Keep moving around with the rod tip as you goes around, as that wind blows it around. There's 2 very small buzzers starting to come off. 1 or 2 there. Give it a little hang there. And back out again. Try a bit of a quicker one this time, shall we? See what happens. Right, let's just give it a bit of a quicker figure of 8. There we go. And he's had the nymph. He's had one of the dholes, this one, and a little bit of a quicker retrieve, which is interesting. He's had that middle dhowl back. Which is what we were hoping for. We're hoping a little bit of action on the nymphs, so lovely in this sunshine. What a beautiful afternoon. It's just stunning at the moment. I've got some pull in them, these fish as well. Nice, first one in the net. Dial back just in his hole still. Come on. Barbless hooks come out in the net. Normally do, you hold them tight like that, they'll shake them. Nice little Chigboro rainbow. There we go. Good start. Right. Rinse and repeat, as they say. So that was a bit of a faster retrieve, that one. Let's just see if we can. Right. Having just stuck the whole lot up the tree, I've just had to retie. Let's try that again. And just be aware of my back cast. And rein that in a little bit, I think. So I'm being tempted to cast it too far. We're always guilty of it. We all do it, try to push it a little bit too much. And twang, whole lot gone. Anyway, we're all retied now. Same cast on, 2 dialbacks and that blue flash damsel on the post, on the point. Let's have a little rattle that back. Oh, straight away, bang. He's still there we go. Look at that little rest and straight away into a fish. And I think he's taken a blue flash on the point. Pretty sure he has. Nice looking fish, these. Certainly going up a good account for himself. Lovely in this spring sunshine. Bit of spring nymphing, early spring nymphing. All size 12s, these flies, all three of them, all size 12s. It's nothing too big. I see a lot of big lures on here. A lot of people fish big lures on here, so we fish little small stuff, and you tend to pick up a few fish for it. Got a lot of faith in smaller flies. Come on, there we go. Lovely. Nice looking fish, that. Just at the side of his mouth. Perfect. There you go. Good. Right. Try that again. Let it settle. I suppose you can always get a take on the settle when that's just settling down and just hovering there, you know, so always be aware of that. Be in touch with your flies, watch for those coils in the line to open up. Because they're always fishing, those flies. But there's two to the quicker retrieve now, the two fish in the net to the quicker retrieve now. So we'll do that again, just nice. It's not mad fast, it's just a steady figure of 8. Yeah, pull straight away. Gonna come back for another go, is he? Or was that his lot? Definitely make sure we'll hang it. He's had a little, we might follow that all the way in. These fish commonly do, you know. Just get that little hang there. Not the time. It's changing. It's coming on our faces now. It's not too strong though. Right. Just keep mixing out when you're fishing these nymphs, you know, just faster one, slower one, faster one, slower one, just keep alternating it so the fish aren't seeing the same thing every single time. That's what puts fish off, you know, that's what, especially on these small lakes where they get a fair bit of pressure and they see a bit. If it's the same thing happening all the time, they just even start to ignore it, they learn to ignore it, and they won't tolerate it too much. So just keep alternating it. Keep your depth the same. You know, once you've found a consistent depth, stick with that. But right, that's down. We'll give this a slow one this time. Just nice and slow, and let that really just trundle along. Pretty clean bottom here at the moment as well. Being this time of year, you haven't got much weed or anything about, so you can fish these pretty close to the bottom without fear of them getting snagged up all the time. And so I do love to fish lures like this. Just tripping them back over the bottom. Gotcha. Just nipped it on the hang there, look. Just give it a little nip, 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 nip on the hang. Is it the nymph maybe? I don't know, I can't really tell. It's going a bit crazy at the moment, I can't really see what flies on. I think he's had that damsel again. Yep, he's had the damsel again. He's holding deep, this one. Great sport. You've got some pull in them. Just get that in there ready. And got himself. There we go. Get himself nicely tangled up, this one. Perfect. And then blue flash damsel, eh? Can't beat them. Look at that, took it on the drop, did you see that? Just took it, it was sitting there. That's the tape we were watching for. Didn't even move that and he had it. Just watching that fly line, just zing away. Nice chunky fish that. Get that rod down. Another jumper. Lovely. And the damsel again. What a fight. What a fight. Come on, let's have a little look at you. Oh yeah. You just took that on the drop. Right, just come up to the next peg. A bit more space here, and my knees won't take it anymore. Kneel down there on that hard wooden platform. come up here and get a bit of a longer cast in here as well, so I can stretch my arm a little bit, give it a little bit of a chuck. Let's see what happens up here. So I've had 5 or 6 fish there and lost a couple. So, not a bad 45 minutes. Let's see what we can do out here. Again, going to keep the depths the same, so it's all very similar sort of depth along here. Count down about 10 and then we'll just start that figure of 8 back. Now first chuck and a new swim. And always expect some action. Let's see, we're going to get one first chuck. Just coming up that breeze, lovely that is. No, nothing first cast. I am disappointed. Oh, little take there. Did you see that? Oh dear. You can't say I didn't have a chance. Oh dear, oh dear. Right under the rod tip, right on the hang. Let's try something a little bit quicker this time. Let's try one into the wind. You just keep working your angles really when you're in a spot like this. Keep casting somewhere slightly different where the space allows it, and you've got plenty of space here, so we can one there, one there, one there, one there. Just keep working your angles. These fish are transient, they're moving all the time, they're not just in one tiny little spot. Just keep moving around looking for them. And at 10 that's been blown at me, so as I'm counting down 10 I'm just staying in touch with the slack. I'm not moving the flies, but I am just holding that slack up, so I'm in touch with that as soon as I decide to retrieve it. She's going to be about there. Little pull there straight away, little touch. As soon as I started moving it, just a little touch. A couple of quick ones. See if he's interested. Oh, little pull. Still there. Oh, Tim. That was bad angling. pulled out of him, isn't it? It's all good me standing there telling my clients not to do that when it happens, and you can't help yourself. Yeah. Right, start that just slow figure of 8 back. After that first fish on the nymphs pretty quickly, I thought we'd pick more up on those dials, but it seems to all been about that blue flash at the moment. Little touch there, tiniest little touches, and again, that's better, Tim. That's how you hook them. That's better. Yeah, a bit of patience. That's better. Lovely. I think that hooks out in the net. Yep, it is. Getting a nice Chigboro rainbow. There you go. What an afternoon. I think it's turning colder. I think we've got some cold weather coming again, unfortunately. But I tell you what, for late February, 21st of February, take this any day. Beautiful. Come on, let's get one more here. A nice slow one back this time. There we go. Yeah, straight away, just a change of pace again. Great take that. I wonder if he's had the nymph, the way he hit that. He certainly rattled it. Have a little look. He's on that. Now faithful again. Now damsel. Oh yeah, a nice fish. That's spring sunshine, beautiful. And they got some pull in them. I can't give this any more. This is ready. Good, good, good. There we are. Come on, you're going to come out nice and easy. Hold still. Come on. There. There. That's sunshine. Absolutely beautiful. Quality fish. Well, that's it. I think I'm going to call that a wrap. That's a lovely, well, just over an hour's fishing now. I think we've had 7 or 8 fish there, and a few lost and a few ons and offs, and just some really terrific sport on those nymphs. Mainly the blue flash damsel. It was the one that did most of the work. We did have a couple on the dulls. It's not surprising really, no buzzer in the water, haven't really switched onto those dulls yet, but nice to have a little go and just, you know, have a bit of proper, what I would call proper nymphing. That set up there, the way I've approached that will be how you would approach your nymphing throughout the season. And yeah, well, I hope you've enjoyed that as always, and please click like, click subscribe, you know the routine. Feel free to put any comments down in the comments box, any suggestions, any fishing videos that you'd like to see, any methods that you think I haven't covered or you'd like to see me cover again, and please put something down in the comments box and let me know. But other than that, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to catching up with you on the bank sometime soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.